About 6 months ago, I did a video where I only used makeup that I have purchased and didn't use anything that I received in PR. So I want to do that again. Most of this stuff I know is just like old favorites for me. Some of it is new favorites. Some of it is like brand new favorites. And I do have one item that was given to me as a gift by a friend, but not the brand. So I just figured let's put on some makeup together and play together, because here's the thing. I love seeing makeup reviewed that has been like received in PR. I love receiving makeup in PR and reviewing it for you guys so you know whether or not it's worth it. But because I am on a low buy, I am so careful and cautious and thoughtful about the makeup that I purchase. So if I have purchased something, chances are I am going to like it because I've thought about it way more than you should ever think about a makeup purchase. But we are going to be doing a full face today, and I'm actually excited because some of these things I haven't used in a really long time, and they're products that I definitely love. And one of these things I actually used when I went out last night, and it was the first time I had used it in so long that I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this video again because I want to play with that product again. And it kind of spurred the whole idea for me. So let's move on. We are going to start from the very base. So I am going to start with my face makeup today. The first thing I want to do is I've already done my skincare. I've already done my moisturizer, my sunblock, everything like that. But this is something I only recently purchased. So this is the Kosas Plump and Juicy Vegan Collagen Spray-On Serum. So they call it a serum, but to be honest, I use this for skin prep. I use it for makeup prep. I use it for a little bit of everything, and so far, I'm really liking it. Now, what I don't love is the price. This little guy was $20, but it does seem to be lasting a long time so far because I use this a lot. Like during my skincare, I will spray this on and put on some serum and let that sit. I will spray this on and put on my moisturizer just for that extra boost of moisture. But the spray is really fine. It doesn't like attack your face. So far, I really like it. And that's what I usually do is 3 sprays, 1, 2, 3. And each spray kind of like lasts a while. So I don't know. I just really like it. I'm just going to let this sink into my face. Just any extra moisture right now is so good. We are in like fake spring in Baltimore. So one day it's 70 degrees. I woke up this morning and the feels like was 22. It's really rude. Now that that is on and has soaked in and my skin feels nice and good and hydrated, I'm going to go in with a primer. And I use the word primer loosely because this is not supposed to be a primer. It's just what I like to use underneath my foundation. You guys can see, I'm not going to lie, this is so old, I should probably get rid of it. All of the text is already worn off, and like what's not worn off kind of comes off on my finger when I touch it. But this is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. The shade I have is 2. And I like to use this just to help any foundation be just a little bit more glowy. And I just kind of smear it on my face, which you're probably not supposed to do. But I'm not a makeup artist. All of this just goes on my face. My face is clean when I apply it, so meh. Guys, I have to admit, I'm just in a really good mood today. I'm just in a damn good mood, and I can't even explain why. Like, I've gotten so much done today. It is early. It's 10 a.m., and I have already done so much today. I'm so excited to do this makeup look because it's stuff I know I love, and I'm just going to have fun playing with it. So, I don't know. I'm just like feeling a little peppy. This product is still so beautiful. Like, look at this glow that it gives my skin. There are a lot of times if I don't feel like wearing foundation, I will just wear this, and I feel like it just makes me look healthy and youthful and glowing. For foundation, this one is going to sound a little sneaky, pun fully intended, but hear me out. I'm going in with the Salt New York Sneaky Balm. The reason that I say this one is sneaky though is because this one that is in this compact, I purchased myself, okay? So I purchased this, and then like 2 weeks later, Salt New York sent me a message, said, hey, we would like to send you some stuff in PR. And I was like, that's kind of crazy because I had just purchased this. So the ones that are in here are what I still purchased myself. And then they started sending me stuff, which I'm so thankful for because I love it. So these are my 2 Sneaky Balm foundations. You can see how incredibly used they are. I've talked about this so incredibly much. I just go back and forth, by the way. I love this product. I feel like it's nice and buildable. I feel like it's so comfortable on the skin. And it does me well. It works perfectly for my like normal to dry skin. I love how buildable it is too, but it never looks cakey at all. It never looks like you're wearing a mask. I'm going to do one half of my face so you can see the difference. I love this, and I'm not putting a ton on. I'm just like kind of dipping my brush in, and I'm going for like a little bit of a more like medium coverage foundation today. But you can still, like, you can see I've got a pimple right there. You can see some redness, but like, look how beautiful that finish is. It's so, so, so pretty and just like glowing and flawless. So this is the side with no foundation where you can see I've got some redness, some dark spots. You can still see it here, but it just looks better. How is your spring going so far, guys? Are you adjusted yet to daylight saving? If you are in an area that has that, are you adjusted yet? I know so many people who are just, they never kind of adjusted to it and they're feeling like really thrown off. I don't know. I'm doing okay with it, but how are you doing overall? What do you have going on this spring that you're excited for? I am going on, I know I keep talking about it, but guys, trips are the thing I look forward to. They're like the thing that keeps me going. And I've got a trip that I'm going on in like a week and a half, which feels so crazy to me. It feels so soon. And then I have another trip I'm going on in about a month. Is it a month from today? It might be a month from today. That is so exciting. I can't believe it's coming up so fast. Is it from today? It's from today. Yay. But yeah, it's like the thing that keeps me going. But anyway, here is the coverage with no powder. This is just the foundation. I think my skin looks so beautiful with this combo. Like, it's glowy. Yes, it's very, very dewy, but I don't think it looks oily. I think it just looks luminous. So I am going to cheat a bit for concealer. And the reason I say that, this is exactly what I had to do in October too when I filmed this video. I don't have a concealer in my collection that I have not received in PR, that I purchased myself. And that's because concealer is something where I am very picky. So if I like it, I keep it. If I don't, it goes. And I have several that I've received in PR that I just really enjoy. So I'm just going to stick with the same theme, and I'm going in again with the Salt New York. So this is the Sneaky Bomb. This is the Best Case Concealer. So the concealer was sent to me in PR, and I just kind of mix my colors back and forth. I have always talked about this, but I prefer a very, very creamy concealer. I'm not a fan of full coverage. I don't like a matte concealer either. I like something that has a little bit of luminosity to it. And I think this one does a beautiful job. The color is slightly too light for me, even with the colors mixed. But it feels so good. Like, it feels like freaking skincare. It does. It feels so, so nice on the skin. So I just blend that out with my brush. Always using the BK Beauty, what is it, A506. Always, always for concealer. But doesn't that just look like pretty and luminous, and I don't know, it makes me feel good. So let's do some more to the face. I am pulling out this very old, but it's like an oldie but a goodie product. So this is the Anastasia Contour Kit. This is so old. I don't know if you guys even remember this palette. I still really enjoy this, especially this color, which is it fawn? Yeah, I can't believe I remember that, but the color is fawn. You can barely see it because it's almost gone. But this is just a very nice powder contour. And I have some more cream products. No, wait, do I have any other cream products? Oh, not really. So I can powder after this, but this is just for contour, and it's a nice cool tone contour. Now there are like banana powders in this palette and everything, but I never really used those. They were just never really my bag. But I do feel like this is always a good kind of natural contour shade for me personally. And there's also two others in here as well that you can also use as bronzers. But fawn is always the shade that works for me. What's going on with Anastasia Beverly Hills, by the way? They used to be like the tits, the makeup company, right? Like, does anybody remember like Subculture, Soft Glam, all these huge palettes and huge releases? And now I feel like I don't hear about them as much. Tell me what I'm missing in the comments. Like, what do you like that Anastasia has done even kind of recently? Moving on to the face. Okay, now this, I definitely purchased this. And when I did, it hurt, okay? But I thought about it for like 2 months. 2 months, I thought about one purchase. Since I have gotten it, I have not regretted it for a second. It was expensive as hell, but it is, and I know I talked about it a lot, the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. This is the Evil Eye one. This is one that came out with the holiday collection, so they do not have this one anymore. But you can get all these products pretty much individually, like by themselves in singles. So I'm probably going to be linking the singles down below. If I can find this on some place like Poshmark where you can grab it, I will do that. But I'm also going to link the singles because the formula here is so beautiful and so lovely on the skin that, for example, the powder, which I'm going to use right now, is something that I will repurchase the second this is gone. I'm trying to also force myself to use this more because every time I do, I love it so much. But all I can think about is, oh, it was so expensive. I think it was like $90. All I can think is it's so expensive, so you should save it. Nope, you should use the good stuff. I always say it. So I'm going in with my brush, and first I'm going in with that translucent powder. Does that have a name? It is number 1. It's just the finishing powder in soft light. And with this, I'm just going to set the areas that I want set, which is not my whole face. So I do the sides of my nose and under my eyes. I do my mustache area and my chin and under my contour as well. This is just how I want my skin to look at all freaking times. I love this so much. I think it looks so pretty. So I'm also going to go ahead with a fluffy brush, and I'm going to use the bronzer that's in here, which is just called Natural Bronze. And I'm just going to use this again as a bronzer. This is a little bit of a cool tone bronzer, but it's so pretty. It still warms up the face nicely despite it being slightly more cool tone, but it also keeps the luminosity, which I could not ask for anything more. And then finally, I'm going to take another fluffy brush. I'm trying to figure out which of these I want to go into as blush. Now, I am going to use a highlighter that is new to me, gifted to me by a friend. But I'm trying to think, like, I keep wanting to go, is this a blush down here? Number 4 is a blush. It's called Oasis Glow. And that has like a little bit of a peachy, almost brown note to it. So I'm going to tap this off. I'm sure I've used all these. I just kind of can't remember. Oh, yep. Oh my gosh. See, every time I use this, every single time I go, you know what? Use this more. You got to use it more. It's makeup. It's going to go bad. Use the good stuff. This has such a pretty glow to it without being glittery or overwhelming. It just kind of, I don't know. It just makes the face look nice, doesn't it? It's just, oh, that needs to be blended out just a scotch more. But I really just do think it looks pretty, I don't know, and natural and just lovely. So yeah, I don't regret purchasing this for 1 second. If I can find it on like Poshmark for you guys, I will link it down below. But it is discontinued, but they do come out with those every holiday season. So if you're really wanting the full palette, I suggest keeping an eye out next holiday season. So here is the highlighter that I'm going to use. So this is the Moonlighter by Black Moon Cosmetics. So the only thing I've ever used from Black Moon is the black liquid lipstick, which is the best black liquid lipstick I've ever used in my life. But my friend Betty Jean, who is Betty Bean here on YouTube, is now receiving PR from Black Moon, and I'm so happy for her because it's her favorite brand. It's like one of her top favorite brands, and she has wanted them for so long. And they sent her this, but it's something that she already has. So she passed this one on to me. This color is Shroom, and it is beautiful. It has like this gold pink undertone to it. Like, it's so interesting how it shifts from gold to pink. So I'm curious how it'll look on the face. I've never used one of theirs before. So I'm going to start small because I don't know if they're like glittery, and I don't want glitter today, but let's see how this looks. That's not glittery at all. That's just like a very beautiful highlight. Actually, this is a very pretty color. Okay, I was worried this was going to be too pink on me, and I don't think it is. I think it's nice and kind of natural looking. Oh my God, this formula is very nice. It's like very finely milled. That's really, whoa. That's really, really pretty. Why don't I hear about their highlighters ever? Look at that glow. Ooh, I like it. I like it. Okay, and also I love their packaging. There's like little stars around here, and like, this is very nice packaging, but it just says bioluminescent pressed powder. Chef's kiss. I have a hair somewhere on my face. This is the problem with having pets, any pets, okay? I have a hair somewhere on my face and I feel it, but I don't want to just like go like this. Anyway, before we move on to the eyes, I am going to spray my face down real quick. This is a prime set refresh type thing, but I want to use it as a setting spray. So this is the NYX Bear With Me. I don't even know if they have this anymore, but I do really like this. This is the closest I have found to MAC Fix Plus. Now, MAC Fix Plus is the #1 product I miss since going cruelty-free, because MAC is not a cruelty-free brand. So I am always chasing that dragon, trying to find a dupe for that. And a dupe, as of yet, does not exist for me. This is semi-close though, and the spray is really nice. So I'm just gonna set like the lower half of my face. That feels so good too. But guys, the skin is skinning today. Like, oof, she's on point. Look at that, that's beautiful. Now let's mess it up by doing something to the eyes. For primer, no one is ever gonna go, oh, Linda, thank you so much for the recommendation. That's a product I've never heard of and I'm gonna run out and buy it right now. I'm using Urban Decay Primer Potion. Guys. I've been using this for God only knows how many years. Like, when did they come out with this? And I've been using it ever since. Like, I always have a tube of this ready to go because it's an old standard and it's good for a reason. Like, it just does the job. So I'm just using a little bit of that. And then the palette we're using today. The palette that I had somehow not necessarily forgotten about, but it's just like one I don't reach for often. And I forgot how much I love it. The Melt Cosmetics Rust palette. And ironically, wait a minute. You guys, I just checked. 5 years ago today is when I posted my review of the Rust collection. Aw, 5 years ago? This came out in 2020? Is that right? That's insanity, but I love this palette. So this palette is, Rust is the perfect phrase for it, right? It is browns, it is neutrals, it looks boring to some people, but the thing is, the grunginess of this palette, chef's kiss. Like, they don't just have like, oh, like a little neutral mid-tone brown. No, these are like poop colors, which is, you know, speaks to my soul. First, I want to take a fluffy brush and I'm going into easily my favorite color in the whole palette, which is called Rubbish. It is just a brown with like a hint of yellow to it. Again, most people would probably be like, hey, that's disgusting. And I'm like, thank you so much. And I just want to sort of blow this out. So I am going to, ew, I'm talking about poop and then blowout, ew. But I'm going in a little bit at a time. And I'm really going to take this and just have it be super, super diffused on the outer edge and in the crease. We are doing a smoky eye today. Just realized I usually try to do my brows before I do my eye makeup, but I guess we'll go a little bit backwards today. But you can see I'm just really like super blending this out, like holding my brush all the way at the end so it's nice and diffused. It is such like a pretty color, and I feel like it makes my eyes look very blue. It's just, oh, it's so pretty. I love this palette. Oh, and by the way, just like with Salt New York, I feel like it's worth mentioning, this is very much something I purchased on my own. I do receive PR from Melt Cosmetics now, which is never a sentence I thought I would say. But for a long time, I was just like, you know, I still am a stan, but I was an even bigger stan and I was purchasing literally everything and anything they ever put out. So this was one of them. I think this might have been the first PR box of theirs I ever purchased, or maybe it was Beetlejuice. I'm not sure, but I definitely purchased this whole PR box with like everything in it, the whole collection. Oh, I love it. I'm also going to take that color and run that under my eyes. Again, like this is intended to be a smoky eye, so I don't care exactly how low this one goes, but oh my God, I love this color. I love it so freaking much. I'm taking a bit more of like a defined fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into the shade that's actually called Rust, which is a medium toned warm brown. It's not quite dark, but I mean, it's definitely going to have some depth to it. I'm tapping off all the excess. Again, holding the brush really far away right now. And this is going to go deeper in the crease and along that outer V. Just keep blending. This palette, like, I swear it blends itself. The mattes in here are so good. There's only 1, 2, 3 shimmers and the rest are mattes. I love this palette. I feel like this is something everyone should own. It just makes doing makeup easy. Also, I'm not being too precious about this look. Like, I'm kind of being a little messy on purpose because I want this to be smoky. I'm even going to take a tiny bit of that color and run it right on the lower lash line. But like, I'm trying to get better about being, again, a little bit more loosey-goosey when it comes to smoky eyes because I feel like I sometimes make them too precise. And on other people, I love a messy smoky eye. I think it's so like cool looking and grungy and I just love it. Oh my God, already I'm just loving this look so much. I'm actually going to take that same brush and go into Mar, which is the second to deepest shade in here. This is, again, just a deeper brown, still has a bit of warmth to it. And that I want to put just on the outer V here. There is one deeper shade that I will use a little bit of, but it's like borderline black, that one. This one, actually, I said it was warm tone, but on the eye, I feel like it's almost appearing cool tone, right? Why don't more people talk about this palette? Okay, for the lid, I do want to do a shimmer. I can't decide if I want to do Tarnish, which is like a gold brown, or if I want to do Redox, or, yeah, Redox, correct? Redox, which is just a deeper kind of brown. I think I want to do Redox. I think I want to do Redox, and that's one that I'm just going to use my finger. These are, like, the pigments in this palette specifically are so smooth and creamy. Like, look how beautiful bronze that is. And I'm just going to, yep, this was the right choice. Aha, I did get a little fallout. I did, that's my fault. I didn't use any kind of glitter glue or anything like that. Oh, I definitely got some fallout there. I'll fix that in a minute. Let's finish the eyes first. This color is so pretty. Look at it. This is making a smoky eye just so dang easy. Okay, let's take a super fluffy brush. I'm just gonna, okay, that wiped off easily enough considering how deep of a brown that was. But that's pretty much all I'm doing with the eyes there. Like, I'm gonna add, do I even wanna add, you know what I'm gonna do? Ooh, okay. I was thinking about adding eyeliner down here. What should I do? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. This is an old Marc Jacobs liner that I did purchase myself. It is black. Is black the color? I don't know. It's called Blacker. Blaquer, because we fancy. We need to add a Q in there. I am just gonna line my upper waterline here, or my tight line. I know it's called a tight line up there, but there was some video once where I was like, I'm gonna line my upper waterline, and somebody was like, actually, like, dudes, you know what I'm talking about. Trying to decide if I want to line my waterline or not, or just kind of leave it a little bit open. No, I'm going to do it. Do I need to get rid of this? Do you guys even see, like, what's going on? Well, I just went over that like 9,000 times and it did nothing. So, wow, that's great. Super duper. Well, might be time to retire some Marc Jacobs there. Okay, but anyway, so for mascara, I am going to go in with, you guys know what it's going to be, Milk Kush. Okay, this has been a favorite for so long, and one of those that every single time it's empty, I will repurchase it, 100%. I've gotten sporadic PR from Milk, but very little. So they've never sent me this, but they've sent me like the cooling water jelly tints and stuff like that. But this has been a favorite for so long. Chef's kiss. For my eyebrows. So this is something that I have purchased, and I still always go back and forth on whether or not I'm going to repurchase this. So it's the Patrick Ta Major Brow Shaping Wax. I used this in a recent video where I was like, do I even like this anymore? And turns out I love it, but it does take work to work with. You can't just use it like a tinted brow gel where you just take the spoolie and you run it through and everything is all good and golden. It takes like a little bit more effort, which is totally fine, but it's just something to be prepared for. Also, oh no, did this just, what is happening? No, I like this brush. Don't break on me. We're going to try to use that one last time, but you do have to use this wet. And so I'm going to go back in with that NYX spray and just spray it down. And then you run a spoolie through it. I like to use, you know what? This guy's dead. This guy's dead. Oh my God. I'm going to use a different spoolie. Can I bend this one so that it's bent like the other one was? I can. So you just run it back and forth in the wax. And the first thing that I like to do with this is run it against the grain so that it gets kind of like in there, in all those brow hairs. And again, this is like a wax, so it is going to hold your brows in place as well as tint them. They also have a clear one, I think, but I don't use that. I always use the tinted one, and this color just says tinted. It doesn't have a specific color to it. I let that sit for a minute, and then I will go back and brush it into place, and the brow hairs will all stay there. I always forget how I really like the way this makes my brows look. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that. Oh, it just combs into place so perfectly. Done. Done. I still love this. All right, it is time for lips. So this is not going to be everyone's favorite. I want to do a nude lip, okay? But the first thing I'm going to do, I'm scared. I'm a little bit scared of this one. Okay, first things first, I purchased these. I was gifted like one by a friend. I was gifted these by my friend Jen from Jen Loves. She hated them and I love them. I've talked about these a bunch. These are the Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme Lip Shaper pencils. So they are a pencil that plumps your lips, okay? And they do have that stinging feeling, that burning feeling. If you do not like that in a lip plumper, please run away. Run. You will hate these. Jen hated these, okay? What's even weirder about these is that you can let them sit and then you put on like a gloss or a lipstick and the plumping happens again. And then it goes away, right? You know, that feeling eventually goes away. But let's say like 2 hours down the line, you reapply your gloss. Guess what happens? Guess, you'll never guess. It plumps again. it plumps again. So I like to use two of these. I like to use one as a sort of contour and then another one as fill-in. So today I want to use Hot and Spicy as the contour and Post-Op Pink, I hate that name, as the fill-in. These are very similar in tone. One is just slightly deeper than the other. So first I'm going to line and fill in my lips. Now these, they click on. I have no idea how much product is left in these. I will repurchase every single one of these the second they're gone. They are my favorite. I thought this was going to look a little more brown than it does. Hold on a minute. So I told you I have a bunch of these. I'm going to go in with Cinnamon Swell, which is one shade deeper of like brown. And I'm going to do a little bit more on the edges. There we go. That added a bit more brown. So here's where I'm a little bit nervous. Ooh, we're going to do this together. You and I, friend, we're going to do this together. I can already feel it tingling. But you know what? I think I'm a masochist because I'm going to apply some doo-wop lip venom over it. Who remembers this stuff? I have definitely purchased this time and time again. This is like the OG lip burn, right? The OG, and I still love it, okay? It still makes my lips so plump. This is just a clear one. This gonna burn. Look how pretty that gloss is, though. Ooh, I'd be lying if I didn't say this really tingles. Whew, she's spicy. I have never worn those together, and I'm not going to lie, my nose is running a little bit, but damn, my lips look plump. So that's it. This is a full face of makeup I purchased myself. I really love this look. I love this look. I love this palette so much. I don't know how I let myself like forget about this one. I love the way my skin looked, and I feel like this was a huge contributor, especially also this. I love this new highlighter, like really love the new highlighter. What's weird though is that like I'm trying to figure this out because I put the highlighter down on top of this palette and I just went like that. The highlighter is all over the palette, and I don't know how. I don't think I broke it. Did I break it? No, I didn't. It's just fine, but it did kind of get everywhere, but it's so, so pretty. I think my skin is looking really good. I think my eye makeup looks really good. My lips, like, yeah, they burn, but I think they look beautiful. Like, I love this look. I love this look, and honestly, this is something I've loved about being on a low buy. Again, I am so thankful to receive PR. I am so thankful to get to play with new makeup for all of you and for me. Like, I just love doing it. But when I purchase a new makeup product, you can guarantee I have thought long and hard about it. So when I buy it, it has to be good for me to keep it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'm going to put the other video right up here that I talked about from October where I did this same kind of thing. And that look turned out beautiful as well. I had so much fun doing it. But if you like this video, please take a second, give it a thumbs up. That really helps out my channel. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. Those are all Glitter Fallout, as always. And forever, you guys are super freaking rock stars. I love you so much with my whole heart. Happy spring, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.